Hello everyone, welcome to The Experience. My name is Flamino and today I'm going to show you what it was like to spend 30 days training calisthenics. Before we continue with the video, leave a like here, it really helps support my work. Leave a comment to be a relevant person here and so I can understand that you already know this channel. Well, a lot of people have been asking for this experience for a long time, a really long time. Since the first training experience I did, which was Saitama's training, there have been people asking me to train calisthenics. And I'm going to show here every step, the positive points I found, the negative points, what progress I made, who helped me, and everything else. Well, I had the best teacher I could possibly find for this, right? I was already following the Calisthenia Brazil channel, so I got in touch with Mesquitinha. Hey man, can you help me train calisthenics for 30 days? And he was really welcoming. He said, let's train, tell me how you want to do it and when we're going to record. Before starting this video, what experience had I already had with calisthenics? I had already done pull-ups, obviously push-ups, and I had already spent 30 days training with my own body weight. But it was more of an improvised thing, just to show people that it's possible to exercise even without a good coach, even without knowing anything, just with what you have at home, even without a pull-up bar, you can do it. The video was meant to show that willpower is better than anything, but having a coach, having a proper place for it will always be better, right? There's just no comparison. So I was pretty inexperienced with calisthenics, even though I already had good physical conditioning, mostly because of the gym, right? Like, I don't know, for about the last 6 months I've been really dedicated at the gym and it helped me a lot with gaining strength, which automatically helps me with calisthenics. And several other experiences I've had really improved my body awareness. And calisthenics is purely about body awareness. It's even more about that than strength.
I got here.
Look who's going to help me train calisthenics. None other than the best. Man, thank you so much, you know?
Let's explain what calisthenics is. It's training with your own body weight. We don't use equipment. Our bodies are our gym, so we don't need to do exercises with equipment. We only use our body weight. So it's pull-ups, parallel bars, push-ups. And then there are the movements that, as you progress, we add during the workouts. The first step for those who want to start calisthenics, a lot of people think it's just starting to train. But actually, it's doing an assessment.
A test to find out what level you are at in calisthenics.
That's what we're going to do here today. However, how to do the test will be on the Calisthenia Brazil channel.
Look, those trained by Mesquita too.
Look, there's no one, man.
You got a really good result, huh?
A lot. I lost 100 kilograms in 2 months.
I talked to him here. My goal is just the basics so I can develop myself as completely as possible. But I'm gonna want a little extra, you know.
What's the extra?
I think the handstand is really cool. Handstand.
Wow, you have 1 month. We have 30 days for you to learn the basics of calisthenics and the handstand. That's 2 videos, right? A video on the Calisthenia Brazil channel will show his calisthenics physical test. Today is his first official training session, which I'll lead, focusing on the handstand. Let's check it out.
Well guys, he gave me the first training session really based on what I was focused on doing, right? Which was the handstand. So there were a lot of exercises related to the upper body, a lot of shoulder exercises, and all the muscles that are necessary to be able to develop the handstand. This exercise is extremely difficult. It's also used to work on the early stages of the planche. That's already another level, and this one is for me to strengthen my shoulder, so I can start building some endurance for handstands, and also for me to train my balance. All very useful. We also did a series of crunches that I had already done a few times before in my life, right? Because this type of crunch is pretty famous. And then we went straight to the handstand training, which I found very complicated at first. Because of the hip issue, it's really hard to get the hips into the right position. And then he was showing me what I needed to do and what I was doing wrong. It's easier to spot our mistakes when viewing from the outside. It becomes easier to correct, so recording a video or having someone demonstrate is helpful. Very cool.
I'm so proud. My student Igor Guimarães will demonstrate what the candle drill is. Pixuruko is going to show it. Basically, the candle drill is one of the best ways to develop a sense of hip balance. So you're going to go upside down and try to align your body to make a straight line. Turned, stretch your leg. Good. Good.
Slowly.
Slowly. Use the momentum. Push your hips forward and look at the floor. Good.
Good.
Slowly. You're doing well. Just relax your trapezius and don't tense up. I know it's hard, but relax it. Keep it loose. Look, the balance point is more here. Relax. Relax your hips. Look. More here. Push your hips forward. Give it a little push. That's it. There. Perfect. Now relax your trapezius. Relax your traps. Try to relax. And just hold the weight of your leg. Just the leg. Don't drop it. There you go. Now balance yourself. Good job, kid. Wow, first try. First try, huh, Igor?
Yeah, I lost it just a little bit.
With this series, you'll build a solid foundation to strengthen your pushing workouts. Then you can repeat this circuit for at least 3 or 4 weeks, the same little circuit, and see if you improve in the number of repetitions.
My difficulties. I have a lot of trouble with balance. When he asked me to adjust my hip position, I'm terrible at it, and I have very little awareness of my hip position. Yeah, my flexibility is terrible, I'm extremely tight. So, the way I was there in the frog position, it was already hurting, my leg stretch was hurting more than the lack of strength in my arm. I'm starting to slip and can't open up now. So one thing I'm going to have to emphasize to help here is to stretch a little bit. There, insider.
Of many. Oh, and by the way, right?
You can recognize the plan?
Yeah, you can tell, right? The insider shirt doesn't have it, right? Look.
Really cool, right?
Insider. Insider.
Me too, look.
Insider shorts.
Even the underwear.
Your discount coupon is in the video description. I guarantee your Insider products won't have any odor.
It's technological. You're basically doing the ad for me, so I won't even say anything.
Not retaining odor is part of the technology. Yeah, and it doesn't wrinkle. It doesn't wrinkle, which is the coolest part. It doesn't get in the way during workouts, especially when you need to do something on the pull-up bar. It doesn't bother me, because that really gets on my nerves.
When it gets sweaty, it doesn't get heavy, it doesn't become that sticky, annoying shirt.
It doesn't even fade. And the best part, right? It lasts a long time.
My first impression after my first training session with Mosquito was that I wouldn't be able to do that workout with him every day because it wore me out a lot. I would need to take about 2 days off because what we trained worked the upper body, shoulders, triceps, biceps, chest, back, everything. And it was heavy, really heavy. So I already knew it wasn't going to be 30 consecutive days. This training period of mine actually took more than 2 months. I think it took a little more than 2 months because I had longer rest periods. It wasn't exactly every 2 days. There was also a detail that I like to mention. I mixed calisthenics training with gym workouts because of the leg exercises. That was a point that I found a bit, not really negative, but a point where I prefer the gym, weight training when it comes to leg workouts so I can add more weight. I'm not such a fan of calisthenics leg workouts because I feel the need to get a better workout to develop my legs better with weights. So, in that aspect, I think weight training is more interesting. Not that it's not possible.
Training legs with calisthenics is possible.
Today marks the 2nd week of training with Mosquito, who will be giving me a slightly different workout.
I hope you've been training.
No, it's going to be much better. It's going to be much better.
Because look, it's not just me who's going to judge. The guys are going to judge your performance too.
No, you'll see. You'll see. And we want to make a little workout for a woman. A little workout for someone who's less used to calisthenics.
Who is she? What's her name?
Andressa Fontanelle.
What does she train in?
She is a skater.
A skater. Let's make her an offer and see if she accepts. I'll teach her how to do a handstand or anything else she wants in calisthenics.
Yeah, that's her focus.
And she gives me skating lessons.
Really?
Wow, that's really awesome.
Deal? Nossa, caramba. It's going to be cool. There's even a pair of skates there already.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Alright, it's settled. The offer's made. I like it straightforward. Everything's agreed. You'll get a video, content, teach well, and everyone's happy.
That's it then. Let's see how Andressa does today and how she progresses with the handstand and in a calisthenics workout.
And how my progress is going.
Well, guys, for Andressa's first day, she did much better than I did in the handstand. She has much more body awareness than I do. Though she has less strength, she has better balance and more hip control. And then what he was teaching her was really which muscle to engage when she was losing her balance, which in this case was the abdomen. Only after he gave her that tip, she was able to hold the handstand for much longer. It's impressive. How Mosquito is able to tell what a person needs to develop to fix what they're doing wrong. Then Mosquito gave her a basic calisthenics workout, a push-up progression, triceps exercises, all kinds of exercises that help with any other calisthenics movement.
Now let's see my update, right? Of course, right? Now I'm anxious to know if you're training because that's how we find out.
You know, let's see the results.
In practice.
Let's do it here. Start with the latest one.
If you don't have it, punch in the stomach, okay?
Wow.
And that's it. It stops here. It's just here, look. Here it's already perfect. Just move your hips back a little. you'll use much less energy. Look, see, look. See there. Whoa, whoa! Hold on, where's the timer on the screen?
Wow. Damn.
Damn.
Man, that's cool. Whoa.
That's it. He trained at home because he has nothing to say. Wow, man. Guys, here's the thing. Now it's time to see how his pull-ups are. You can tell he's been doing a lot of pull-ups.
Yes.
Do you have any trouble finding a pull-up bar to train on?
No, the pull-up bar is easy. The parallel bars are the hard part.
The parallel bars. That's why I suggest getting a small portable set of parallel bars, something like that.
Yeah, I need one.
You can take it anywhere.
Very practical, right?
It makes things much easier. Want to see how he's doing on pull-ups? Let's go. Let's go then. Let's get started. Remember that he had trouble maintaining the right posture, okay? Let's see if that helped.
Guys, right in the first week I had a considerable improvement on the pull-ups. In the first week I could do 15 and look at me now.
So now I'm going to teach him a technique that he'll practice during the week, and we're only going to use it. The first workout I gave him wasn't focused on increasing pull-up repetitions, okay? I haven't given you that yet. It's called total training volume. Now I'm going to teach you how you'll train during these next few weeks to increase only your pull-ups. We're going to focus on that now. This is the workout where we go up to 20% of his capacity, leaving 20% of energy. In other words, we're going to do 80% of your capacity rest for 20 seconds and then keep going until fatigue.
And it's pull-up after pull-up. I did this workout he gave me, and wow, it really drains you to the max. You get fatigued to the point where you can barely do another pull-up, you know? It's really, really tough. But he said the progress was good.
Impressive? You can only use your hands there? Cool, so progress is possible. If you have willpower and work hard, you can progress.
Update. I'm having a problem. I can't train handstands much. Why? Because I can't find parallel bars. I even have some parks near my house, but the calisthenics equipment there is really poor, like they only have bars. The only thing I can train on is the pull-up bar. There are no parallel bars, neither the high ones nor the lower ones. So it's really complicated for me to train handstands. I could practice handstands on the floor, but learning them on the bar is better. And then I bought this, look. With this, I'll be able to train handstands at home, and it's also a nice support for doing push-ups, right? I thought it was interesting. This is super cheap. It was totally worth it. What worries me here is that it's really thin, right? Different from the parallel bar. The parallel bar is twice as thick as this, right? So I believe the parallel bars at the parks are sturdier, right? And I don't live near, for example, Ibirapuera, where there are good parallel bars. That's Praça Horacio Sabino, if I'm not mistaken, where there's a parallel bar. Some parks have parallel bars, but they're far from my house.
Spoiler. I tried to do some training here.
I was going to record myself training and everything. But I didn't have the confidence to practice handstands using this thing because it's not attached to the floor. The first time I tried, my right arm lifted up and I fell to the side. I didn't get hurt or anything, but I lost my balance. And the fact that this isn't attached to the floor, the bar isn't attached to the floor, really takes away a lot of the stability I get from my wrist. Since I still have very little balance for handstands, I still rely a lot on my wrist strength for balance. And this doesn't give me the stability that I would like, right? I know it's possible because I've seen people doing it, but for me, I'm still learning. It's not going to work for push-ups, but it's really cool because you can get a greater range of motion here, right? But for handstands, it's not going to work. What a shame you can't become a calisthenics expert like doing a planche in a month. There are some moves that take time, that take a long time, that require a lot of strength, require technique, and require training. As you saw there, Mesquita was telling me that it has to be done in a periodized way because it's very complicated. Some moves are so complicated that there are, 45 moves you have to learn before you can get to it. Now, I want to learn some new calisthenics moves that I haven't even tried to start yet, but I'm going to ask Mesquita for help here. Please hold on, I'm training. The calisthenics deity is busy, and let's record.
Have we decided which handstand you'd like to learn today?
I think it's really cool. It's the human flag.
We're going to have to get a resistance band. We're going to do the human flag too.
What's the name of this?
Front lever.
Front lever, and the one on your back is back lever.
Both
Both.
Both are possible. We'll plan out their training progression. I'll give you the basics so you can keep training and maybe unlock it by the end of the project, along with the handstand or another movement.
Alright, let's go.
So let's get started. This is the first thing I'm going to show him. It's the front lever. Here's the thing. His lats are a bit worn out. We shouldn't even be training lats today, okay? But I'm going to show you the front lever, and I'll give you a tip with this here, man. This is literally the cheat code for the front lever. And you'll understand why the perfect scenario to progress faster is to do the drill with a resistance band or something that makes it easier. And then do the workout that conditions you for this movement.
From my experience with all the movements, the front lever was the hardest because there are many steps before you get to it. So you realize it's really difficult, otherwise there wouldn't be so many steps. And getting this hip position right is really hard for me. He even gave me exercises to make it easier, right? We managed to strengthen the muscles needed to do the front lever. I found the muscle up much easier than the front lever. So I wasn't able to explode with as much strength because I was extremely uncomfortable, worn out that day. 2 days before, I had tried to find out what my pull-up limit was in a day. So, in about an hour and a half, I did 106 pull-ups until I reached the point where I couldn't do any more. I felt sick. Don't do that. But probably, if I hadn't been so worn out from that crazy thing I did with the 106 pull-ups, and with that initial front lever training, I would probably be able to do that muscle up without the resistance band.
But it's hard.
Right?
He only did how many pull-ups yesterday?
2 days ago, 106, I told you, right?
And today he wants to learn the muscle front. Only him, right? Only him.
Man, Killian putting on weight really got in the way of the calisthenics moves. Man, to be honest, I thought it would get in the way more. See? Like, it's just that I'm not that heavy yet. I was around 70 before, and now I've been at 80 for about 3 days.
He's going to be at 96.
Killian is another calisthenics monster. He's also growing in bodybuilding, but he's still performing calisthenics exercises really well. And then I moved on to the human flag. Man, that's really hard. It hurts your elbow. It's horrible. Then we moved on to the back lever. In my opinion, the back lever isn't as hard as the front lever. And I even tried to do it later without the band, but I realized I still can't do it. I have to strengthen my core more. There's no other option yet. Now, we're going to do a surprise challenge. Killian doesn't know I'm going to give him this challenge. He gained 10 kilos, right? So I want to see if he can still do a planche. Killian, surprise challenge now. What's the challenge? 180 kilos. Can you do a planche blind like this? Just out of nowhere like this. Give me about 5 seconds to warm up. Like this at least. Of course, look at that. Killian can still do a nice planche, even with 10 more kilos of muscle. And Mesquita too, right? He does the planche so easily. I'm really jealous.
One day I'm going to do that, okay? You'll need to wait 2 years on the channel.
I even thought I could do a 30-day challenge to achieve the planche. But from the people I talked to in calisthenics, no one took less than 6 months to learn the planche, even if they already had a good fitness base. So I thought it was kind of pointless. I'm absolutely sure that if I train for 30 days to achieve the planche, I won't make it. That's based on my own progress. I couldn't fully get the handstand because it was really hard to find parallel bars, so I rarely trained handstands. And from what I noticed, it's something that if you don't train regularly, you kind of reset and lose progress and lose that body awareness for balance. So, the handstand, I had a week where I trained harder and I could already see the results. But then I didn't train as much because I found it hard to find the parallel bars at the right height. Regarding my progress in the movements, the other two, I had noticeable improvement. There was also the muscle up, which is pretty easy to train. There's a bar everywhere. There's a bar here in my condo complex, so the muscle up, I managed to unlock it. I still can't do several in a row, but if I'm rested, now it's pretty easy to do 1 rep. So I found the flag harder than the muscle up because it's more of an isometric thing. So you really need to have good core strength and a bit of technique too. The flag is a mix of technique and strength. I found it more complicated than the muscle up. One thing I have to mention as well is the number of pull-ups I can do now. Now I can manage to do 23 pull-ups. I'm watching this video right now during editing and I realized that the pull-ups aren't really those perfectly executed pull-ups. My arms aren't fully extending 100% on every rep. But it's the same standard as when I started, so the result is still very significant for me. I'm really happy. It's the kind of pull-up that most people can do, right? If I were doing them perfectly, let's say it would be around 20 reps 19, which is still a really good number. And the number of push-ups was even better. I performed much better in terms of push-ups, because it's an exercise I could practice anywhere. I didn't even need to leave the house, so now I'm able to do 55 push-ups in a row. It's not that push-up where you lift your scapula and touch your chest to the floor, but it's that standard push-up that everyone does, right? Mesquita also told me that my result was really good, so I don't need anyone else's approval if the calisthenics deity said I did well. Look, as for my physique, I didn't notice a big difference. Here the lighting is good, look how nice it looks in the lighting, and I've got a pump, right? I just got back from training. My abs aren't that defined at the moment because I'm on a muscle gain diet. Calisthenics itself isn't really about physique. The focus of calisthenics is improving movements. The physique is just a consequence. But I'm really satisfied with the result of this experience. During this period when I was training, there's some really cool news that I want to share with you. Now I'm a partner with Growth. So, if you want coupons, I have a discount code Flamino. You can use my coupon to get a little discount on Growth products. What do you think? Growth is the best site in terms of value for supplements that you can find, including creatine. If you go to the Growth website, it's actually hard to find the Creapure one in stock because a lot of people buy it, the price is really good, and there are a lot of things on the Growth website. I'm really happy to be on the Growth team. Now I also have access to Area 51 now, and you'll see me training with several Growth influencers as well. I'm going to take advantage of the networking, right? Overall, I thought it was a really cool sport. I highly recommend it. For you who don't like the gym, who don't have money to go to the gym, or don't have time to go to a gym, or don't have a gym near your house, cool man, do calisthenics. You can get in good shape. And the most important part, which is your health. Right? Staying active, not being sedentary, you can do it. You can achieve a lot with calisthenics. That's it for the video. If you like this video, leave a like to help out. Thank you so much, Mesquita, calisthenics deity, for helping me with this project and being so welcoming. See you all in the next experiment. But it can be the straddle, right? Can it? Can't Fulsa handle it? He's from the mother. My God, man. Wow. It would be easy. I didn't think it would be easy, but it's a little harder than I thought.